My child, we welcome you now. We are the angels assigned to your story. We have walked beside you in every shadow and every silence. We have seen the tears you never let fall. We have carried prayers you forgot how to pray. And now we speak. Not because heaven just noticed you, but because the world is finally catching up to what heaven has always known. You are about to be chosen, not just in private, where only a few recognized your worth. Not just in whispers where your name was honored but never spoken aloud, but in public, in boldness, in light. There is a sound moving through the spirit realm right now. It's the sound of recognition, of alignment, of release. You've waited so long for this, haven't you? So many days where you showed up unseen. So many nights where you gave and poured, and no one noticed the cost. You felt like a secret blessing too sacred for the world, and yet so eager to be loved in return. But heaven has never forgotten your sacrifices. The way you chose kindness over applause. The way you stayed true when it would have been easier to perform. The way you protected others, even when no one protected you. Your hidden season was not punishment. It was preservation. A sacred covering. A time of gestation. You were not overlooked. You were guarded. You were not forgotten. You were being formed. Because what is coming requires strength. And now that strength has settled into your bones. Now your time has come. This moment has been written for you since before your first breath. Every closed door wasn't rejection. It was a redirect. Every delay was a preparation. Every no was a greater yes waiting to arrive in power. You are about to be chosen in front of those who never saw you coming. Not for revenge, but for revelation. So that they may know what grace looks like when it chooses the humble. So that they may witness what favor looks like when it falls on the pure-hearted. This is the part of your story where the ones who forgot you will begin to remember. The ones who doubted you will begin to wonder. And those who dismissed you will begin to ask, how did they rise like this? It is not pride. It is a promise. It is not ego. It is evidence that what God starts, He finishes. That what heaven anoints cannot be erased. That what is kept hidden for the right time will never miss its moment. You are that moment. You are the unveiling. You are the bloom after a long, quiet winter. You didn't lose your value in your silence. You didn't lose your voice in your waiting. You didn't lose your worth when no one clapped. You've only gained depth. You've gained patience. You've gained power in the unseen places. Now heaven is lifting the veil. Now the sound is being released. You will not have to announce yourself. The light will find you. The doors will open. The conversations will shift. Your name will come up in rooms you've never entered. And hearts will be drawn to you not for what you can do, but for who you truly are. This is your unveiling. This is your time. And it will be undeniable. No more hiding. No more shrinking. No more pretending you're not ready. Because you are. You're ready because the breaking taught you how to stand. You're ready because the silence taught you how to listen. You're ready because the rejection taught you how to value what really matters. And heaven saw it all. We saw every lonely night you almost gave up. Every time you questioned, was it worth it? And the answer now more than ever, yes. Because nothing done in love was never wasted. Nothing done in purity goes unnoticed in the heavens. You sowed in private. You will reap in public. You gave without needing a stage. Now the stage is being built for you. You didn't chase the spotlight. But now the spotlight will find you because you carry something that can't be hidden anymore. Not charisma, but calling. Not performance, but presence. Not image, but impact. And that is why heaven has released this message now. Because the alignment is happening. The ground is shifting. And you will be in position not because you manipulated your way there, but because you trusted your way through. You didn't play the game. You let God write your story. And now the story is about to unfold. Every tear you cried watered this moment. Every time you stayed when you could have walked away built this foundation. Every yes to growth, every no to shortcuts, every silent prayer. It all matters now. You will no longer be hidden because you are no longer afraid. You will no longer question your worth because you've seen how God held you even when the world forgot. And now, watch how everything changes. Watch how quickly the right people arrive. Watch how effortlessly the right doors open. Watch how undeniably the favor falls. You won't need to force it, you'll just walk into it. And when people ask, "How did you get here?" you'll simply say grace, because only heaven could have done this. Only God could have orchestrated such divine timing. Only angels could have carried you when your own strength fails. And we did. We carried you, in the background, through the storm, in the silence. We protected your name when you couldn't. We kept your heart when the world tried to harden it. And now we celebrate with you as the pages turn. No more delay, no more detours, no more wondering if you were seen. You were, you are, you always have been. Heaven has been watching. Heaven has been waiting. And now heaven is moving. Receive this with your whole heart. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. You don't need to beg to be chosen. You are chosen. You don't need to chase love. Love is chasing you. You don't need to demand respect. Respect is being restored to you, not because you fought for it, but because you were faithful when it hurts. You stayed soft when the world was cold. You stayed kind when others grew bitter. You stayed true when it would have been easier to pretend. That's why this moment is yours. That's why the light feels warm again. That's why your spirit feels calm again. Because you're not stepping into chaos. You're stepping into clarity. You're not entering a battlefield. You're entering a blessing. Not earned, but entrusted. Not forced, but freely given. Because the ones who are ready to carry the blessing are the ones who didn't chase it for applause. You didn't want fame. You wanted peace. You didn't want a stage. You wanted purpose. And because of that, you are being elevated. Not to be worshipped, but to walk in your assignment. Not to be adored, but to be aligned. With truth. With healing. With destiny. So receive this now. Let it settle deep. You are no longer becoming. You have become. And what you carry will bless many. Not just because of your words, but because of your walk. The way you live. The way you love. The way you forgive without being asked. The way you protect others even when no one clapped for you. This is what heaven honors. This is what makes you chosen. Not your title, not your looks, not your skills, but your heart. And your heart is pure. It's real. It's ready. So now we say go. Walk boldly. Walk gently. Walk as one who knows they are seen. Because you are. And we are with you. We never left. We never will. And the best is not coming. It has begun. Amen. Type, "I receive" in the comments if this word was yours. You are not late. You are right on time. Heaven says now is your moment. Let it unfold. Let it be blessed. Let it be. Amen. Not rejection. You were never meant to bloom in the winter. You were meant to grow strong beneath the soil until the moment the sun could carry your petals safely. And now the season shifts. This is the part of your story where things begin to move, where what was closed begins to open, where what was buried begins to blossom, where the ones who once overlooked you will turn their heads in awe. You won't have to beg for attention. You won't have to shrink to be safe. You won't have to hide. There's parts of you that shine. Because divine love doesn't hide. It reveals, it lifts, it honors. We stand with you now at this threshold of heaven's design. A gentle shift has begun. A subtle stirring in the spirit that tells you change is real. Change is soon. You'll begin to sense doors opening. conversations shifting in your favor, glances of curiosity turning into nods of respect, hearts once distant, now leaning toward you. This isn't chance, it isn't coincidence. It is divine, known to orchestration. Every step you take now is supported by unseen wings beneath you. Imagine a garden at dawn, soft light warming every dewy petal, highlighting the fragrance hidden in the night. This is your life right now. The world is waking to your scent. You've been preparing in quiet, polishing your gifts behind closed doors, refining your thoughts in prayer and reflection. Now you're stepping into the open. Some will notice your entrance, some will clap. Others will wonder why this shift feels so right. Heaven is placing you exactly where your voice will be heard. Your presence will matter. An old friend who once took you for granted will pause and feel the weight of your absence turned into influence. A family member who never understood your depth will see it in your peace. A former critic will taste the sweetness of your new season and not know how to respond. You are no longer trying to be liked. You are choosing to be aligned, and this alignment is divine. You are walking in sacred steps now, even when it feels small, even when it feels slow. Heaven is behind it all. This next chapter will not require striving. It will require surrender. You've done enough fighting for your worth. Now let your worth speak for itself. Let the way you walk in integrity tell the story. Let the way you love without limits reveal your strength. Let the way you remain kind in a cruel world declare who you truly are. You've already passed the test. No one saw the test of waiting without becoming bitter, the test of being overlooked without turning cold, the test of being underestimated without losing hope. You passed in silence, in prayer, in stillness. And now heaven is rewarding you not with noise, but with clarity, not with chaos, but with peace, not with fame, but with favor, and favor will take you further than force ever could. This is why you had to wait, because what's being built was never meant to be temporary. You are being rooted now, so the bloom will last. You are being held now, so the light within you never dims again. No more pretending to be less. No more watering down your truth. No more apologizing for being radiant. You are here now. And this season was tailor-made for your soul. The timing is no longer just about you. It's about those who are waiting for what you carry. Your gift, your light, your message. All of it is needed now. So don't look back. You are not who you were when this began. You are wiser, you are lighter, you are softer and stronger at the same time. And that's the miracle of it. You didn't have to become hard to survive. You became holy in the waiting. And now the world will see what heaven always knew, that your softness was never weakness. It was your superpower, that your silence was never empty. It was sacred space, that your patience was never passive. It was preparation. You've carried others for so long. Now let yourself be carried by grace, by timing, by love. The same love that stayed with you when everything felt unclear. The same love that kept your heart beating in rhythm with divine design. We are still with you. The angels, the protectors, the ones who watched when no one else did. The ones who fought battles in the unseen so you could walk free. And now we rejoice with you because you didn't give up, you didn't give in. And that choice has changed everything. You chose faith when fear was easier. You chose love when pain tried to shut your heart. You chose hope when endings surrounded you. So now we choose you. We choose to lift you higher, to place you in rooms your heart is safe in, to draw to you souls who see you clearly, to connect you with opportunities your spirit has longed for. No striving, no begging. Just arriving, just aligning. You don't have to prove yourself anymore. You've already been approved. You don't have to shout to be heard. The right people are already listening. You don't have to be loud to be seen. The right eyes already recognize the glow. And when the new doors open, walk through without guilt. You are not abandoning anyone. You are answering the call you were born for. and those who are meant to walk with you will find their way. Those who can love your full self will stay. The rest are part of your past, and you can bless them and let go, because your future is not found in fixing old things. It's found in flowing forward, in choosing joy, in choosing truth, in choosing the life that's finally choosing you back. So breathe deep now. Let the old go. Let the weight fall. Let the light come in. You don't need to rush. The path ahead is clear. The blessing is already scheduled, and heaven never runs late. You are arriving now right on time, exactly as planned, exactly as you were designed to. Every tear watered this ground. Every loss cleared the way. Every lonely night was filled with angels preparing your name to be whispered. To the right hearts, you are loved here, you are safe here, you are chosen here, and nothing can undo what heaven has ordained. Not fear, not failure, not time. You are not behind, you are not broken, you are becoming everything you were meant to be, and it's beautiful to witness. So we stand beside you as heaven watches proudly. This is your garden now. Bloom freely, bloom boldly. You were always the flower, never the weed, always the purpose, never the mistake, always the light, even in the dark. So shine now. Let it happen. Let love in. Let goodness reach you. It's not too much. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for what's true. And it's finally yours. All of it. Let it in, let it stay. Let it grow. This is your time, and we are with you. Always once overlooked, you will speak up. I always knew you had something special. A mentor who saved their highest praise for others will now stand and testify on your behalf. A stranger will be drawn to your energy and ask, "Can you tell me more?" You will no longer shrink in front of opportunity. You will no longer doubt why you belong. This visibility is not vanity, it is validation. A confirmation from the divine that your path matters, your story matters, you matter. Hear this now. Whatever you have been through, the late nights curled up in prayer, the hidden victories no one celebrated, the fear of not enough, all of it has led to this. Your hidden season was not wasted. It was preparation in the secret place. A time when character was forged, callings were shaped. Love was tested, faith was strengthened, and now your preparation meets its purpose. Here's what to expect in the days ahead. Be public moments of honor. You may hear your name called in meetings. See your work featured in public forums. Receive compliments that cause people to pause and really see you. Private affirmation conversations in text or voice, where someone says, "I see your heart, I see your effort. You are noticed." These are tokens from heaven. Whispers of encouragement, just for you. Bold defenders, people will begin to speak up for you without prompting. When someone questions your move, someone else will say they're exactly where they need to be for a reason. You will be recognized in both realms, on stages you never imagined stepping on, in messages you never dreamed would come your way. You don't have to maneuver to get attention. You don't have to chase markers of success. Heaven is clearing the path, you simply align with it. Be prepared to embrace grace. Be prepared to walk steadily in new light. Be prepared to offer gratitude, not anxiety, because every step of this season is meant to affirm who you are in God's eyes and to show the world too. When doubt knocks, remember it's not your ambition creating this shift. Heaven is. When fear whispers, remember you are not too much. When imposter thoughts rise, remember you are visible because you were always meant to be. Drink in that truth. Let it sink into your bones because your time of revelation has begun. There was a time you thought you had to stay silent to be safe. You believed your softness was a liability. You worried that your light would threaten those who couldn't bear its brilliance. So you dimmed, you adjusted. You made yourself small enough to survive. But angels were there even then, watching, grieving, waiting for this moment. The moment when survival no longer has to be your only story. we whisper this now. Your safety is no longer in your silence. Your safety is in your truth. You were not born to hide your brilliance. You were born to carry divine essence out loud in word, in deed, in love. The ones who once overlooked you, they didn't see you because heaven hadn't yet revealed you. It wasn't rejection. It was timing. You were being refined in obscurity, so you could be revealed in integrity. And now the unveiling begins. You'll notice people suddenly understand what you've been saying for years. Your wisdom will echo louder. Your intentions will be interpreted with grace instead of suspicion. Even those who doubted you will return. Not always with apology, but with recognition. Let them come. Let them see. Let them remember that light doesn't compete. It just shines. We tell you this because your heart needs the reminder. You don't need to fight to be chosen. You don't need to beg to be understood. Your energy speaks before you enter the room. Your spirit carries heaven's fingerprint, and the right ones, divinely aligned, spiritually awakened. They will see it. They will feel it. God is not preparing you to be popular. God is preparing you to be positioned. This season is not about followers. It's about foundation. The deeper you've gone in the quiet, the higher you'll rise in the open. And it will be solid. It will be sustained because it's not built on performance, it's built on purpose. Some will wonder how you did it. How did they go from unseen to undeniable? They won't know the hours you wept, the nights you fasted, the dreams you almost gave up on. But heaven knows. And heaven has recorded every moment, every faithful, yes, every tear sown in secret. And now it's time for the harvest. Don't be surprised when doors open suddenly. Don't be shocked when the right people start showing up. Don't question whether you're ready. You are. You've been ready longer than you realized. You were just waiting for divine alignment. And now it has come. Listen, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, being available, being present for the mission you were sent here to fulfill. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not invisible. You are right on time. Right where heaven can find you. Right where destiny can locate you. Someone is being stirred right now to speak your name. Someone is being moved to make space for you at the table. Someone is feeling the urge to reach out, to offer support, to say, I see you, I honor you, I choose you. And when it happens, don't downplay it. Don't deflect the blessing. Receive it with humility. Respond with confidence. Because this is heaven's answer to your hidden years. This is divine recompense. This is sacred restoration. You are about to be chosen in public, for the glory of your resilience in private, for the intimacy of your heart, boldly, intentionally, spiritually. And all you have to do is stay aligned, stay faithful, stay soft, stay open to the unfolding. Because the shift has already begun, and the angels are rejoicing. There are people who once looked at you but didn't really see you. They saw your kindness as convenience. They mistook your depth for decoration. They didn't understand what you carried because it wasn't time. And you tried so hard not to take it personally. You told yourself they're not ready. Even when your heart broke under the weight of invisibility, you gave and gave and gave, hoping that maybe, just maybe, someone would choose to look deeper. We saw that. We recorded the nights you asked, why not me? We held you when your worth felt conditional, when love felt like something you had to earn by disappearing into someone else's needs. But the season has shifted. You no longer have to compete for crumbs. You no longer have to earn love by proving your usefulness. Your value is no longer hidden behind service. Your beauty is no longer masked by resilience. You are worthy of being seen in the full light of who you are. You are worthy of being loved without having to shrink. And we declare this now. The ones who come into your life in this new season will recognize your essence. They won't just admire what you do, they will honor who you are. They will not ask you to shrink to fit. They will expand to meet you. You won't have to chase. You won't have to remind anyone of your presence. You won't have to lose sleep wondering where you stand. This is the difference when love is divine. It doesn't hide. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't treat your heart like a maybe. And you will feel that soon. A shift in how people respond to you. A softness in how they speak your name. A reverence that says, I don't want to lose someone like you. You will be chosen not just in front of others for appearance, but behind closed doors where integrity is tested. You will be claimed not for what you can offer, but for what your soul carries. The kind of love coming your way is steady. It doesn't rush in just to leave. It lingers, it listens, it learns you. Heaven is restoring relationships, not just romantically, but relationally. Siblings, parents, mentors, friends, connections that felt frayed will begin to mend, not because you forced it, but because your energy no longer chases people. It draws them. There's something magnetic about someone who knows their value. And you do now, don't you? You felt the shift inside, that quiet confidence, that divine enoughness, that holy refusal to beg. That's not ego, that's identity. It's what happens when heaven whispers, you are not forgotten, you are not invisible, you are not waiting for worth, you are walking in it. And as you walk in that truth, the world begins to respond. Those you thought were blind begin to see. Those who stayed silent begin to speak. Those who didn't know how to love you begin to learn or leave. And both are divine protection. Because anything that asks you to abandon yourself is not sent by God. This next season will require nothing less than your full self. No masks, no pretending, no performing, only presence. There's only truth, only alignment. Because the ones who are meant for you romantically, spiritually, professionally, will not need you to audition. They will recognize what heaven already confirmed. You are the real thing. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will celebrate it. But the ones who matter will see clearly, and you will no longer wonder if you're too much. You will realize that your too muchness was never the problem. It was just a preview of how big your spirit really is. So let them come. Let the ones who can meet you show up. Let the ones who were silent find their voice. Let love return, not as a reward, but as a reflection of what you've already become. Heaven is not finished. You've walked through fire. No one saw. You've healed from wounds no one apologized for. You've carried grace in rooms where you should have walked out. You've stayed faithful when everything around you said to quit. Heaven took note. There is not a single act of love, no seed of kindness, no decision to stay soft, when it would have been easier to become cold that went unnoticed by the divine. You may have felt forgotten, you may have wondered if all your effort was in vain, but God does not forget. God does not lose track. God does not waste. This is your season of recompense. Not payback out of pride, but restoration out of promise. The things you let go of because they weren't right for you. They're being replaced with things made only for you. The time you thought you lost, being redeemed by acceleration. The relationship that broke you being restored by connections that will build you. You will not leave this season empty. You are not stepping into the spotlight to prove anything. You are stepping into it because light was always your native language. This isn't your reward for being perfect. This is heaven's response to your endurance. You chose love when bitterness would have been justified. You chose patience when rage would have been easier. You chose to stay rooted when everything in you wanted to run. And now you will be lifted. But listen closely. This visibility is safe. You are not walking into exposure. You are walking into expansion. This light doesn't drain you, it honors you. It holds space for who you truly are. You don't need to perform. You don't need to strategize. You only need to be aligned with truth, because divine love doesn't ask you to edit yourself. It asks you to embody yourself, the version of you that hid. That version kept you alive. But the version of you stepping forward, now that version will make you thrive. You can breathe here. You can be loud here. You can rest here. You no longer have to wait for someone to give you permission. You no longer need applause to validate your direction. You've already been chosen. Chosen by the Most High. chosen by the truth of your own becoming, chosen by the journey that shaped you into someone undeniable. You are not in competition with anyone. There is no race. There is only rhythm, and heaven has put you in sync with divine timing. That means what's for you will find you. You don't have to chase. You don't have to hustle in fear. You don't have to beg God for things He already intends to give. You are already held. You are already seen. You are already known. So when people begin to recognize your light, when they ask where you've been all this time, when they finally see what you've carried, in silence, stand tall, not in arrogance, but in sacred assurance. You know where you've been. You know what it cost. You know the prayers you whispered when no one was watching. Let your life speak now. Let your glow testify to the goodness of a God who hides His treasures until the time is right. Let your visibility be a witness not of your effort but of God's faithfulness. And if it ever feels too big, too fast, too much, remember this. Heaven wouldn't put you in a room you weren't built to stand in. You're no t-shirt here by accident. You're not a backup plan. You're not someone's second thought. You are the answer. You are the appointed. You are the one chosen. In public, in private, in purpose. We know what you've been through. Made you cautious. You got used to being let down. Used to things starting strong, but fading fast. You learned to celebrate in whispers, so disappointment wouldn't echo too loud. But the season ahead is not fragile. This blessing is not fleeting. This visibility is not temporary. This love is not conditional. You're stepping into something built to last. And that means you'll have to unlearn the language of scarcity. You'll have to stop apologizing for being seen. Stop downplaying your gifts to make others comfortable. Stop refusing help because you're used to carrying it all alone. You were not designed to struggle in silence forever. You were not created to suffer your way into destiny. You were always meant to thrive. Open-hearted, open-handed, unashamed. Yes, it's new. Yes, it's vulnerable, but it's real, and it's yours. There will be days when this visibility feels overwhelming, moments where you're tempted to shrink back, times when you wonder if it's too much. Let us remind you you're not taking up space. You're filling the space heaven made for you. You're not intruding, you're arriving. You've already paid the price in secret. Now let joy find you in the open. Let the compliments land. Let the praise sink in. Let the favor surround you. It's not pride to accept what God has prepared for you. It's not selfish to feel worthy of good things. It's not arrogance to walk like someone who is called. This is your healing. This is your harvest. This is your yes in motion. And it won't require perfection. Just permission to receive, to stand, to shine. You are allowed to be celebrated. Allowed to be chosen, allowed to be loved, well, allowed to no longer explain why. And when the invitations come, when your name rises into rooms you've never entered, when someone says, "We've been waiting for someone like you," believe them. Believe that this is not a setup for heartbreak. Believe that you're not being teased by destiny. Believe that this is the real beginning of a real becoming. Because this time the light is not a spotlight. It's a sunrise. It's not a flash that comes and goes. It's a dawn that keeps unfolding. You won't go back to hiding. You won't go back to begging. You won't go back to doubting if you're enough. Your roots are too deep now. Your truth is too loud now. Your presence is too purposeful now. And yes, there will be voices. Jealous ones, confused ones, even fearful ones. Let them talk. Your job is not to prove your worth. Your job is to keep walking in it. Keep showing up. Keep loving from a healed heart. Keep saying yes to the doors heaven opens. You don't have to know how it all works. You don't have to have every answer. You just have to keep aligning with what's real. And what's real is this. You are chosen. You are covered. You are called. Not later, not someday. Now this is not a rehearsal. This is your moment. You're not just being noticed. You're being honored because of who you are when no one is watching. You've earned nothing, but you've received everything by grace. So stand in it, live in it, move in it. Because heaven has lifted the veil, and the world is about to see what God has always known. You were never hidden, you were being held. This is the unveiling. This is the moment we've whispered about in your dreams. This is what the waiting was always leading to, the season where your name carries weight, where your voice is received, where your soul is recognized. You are not just seen now, you are understood. You are not just invited, you are wanted. You are not just accepted, you are embraced. The divine spotlight that now shines on you does not burn. It warms, it heals, it awakens, and it does not fade. Because this is not about hype. It's about heaven's timing, and heaven does not rush what it wants to last. You have been handpicked for this unfolding. Not because you were the loudest, not because you were the most perfect, but because your spirit stayed aligned, even when it was hard, even when it was lonely, even when no one clapped for you. You kept showing up with love. Now love will show up for you. The one who once kept quiet about you, they will speak now. They will honor you. They will defend you when your name is mentioned. Not out of obligation, but revelation. Because suddenly they see it, they feel it. They know this one is different. And so do you. You are not the same person you were 6 months ago. You have evolved, elevated, expanded. Your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Your softness is not naivety, it's strength. Your compassion is not foolish, it's divine intelligence. And the world is starving for what you carry, so walk boldly. Not as someone arriving late, but as someone arriving right on time. You are not behind, you are not missing anything. You are not lost in the shuffle. You are chosen with intention, with precision, with love. Let the light fin. You let the doors open, let the people come. You don't need to ask why anymore. You only need to ask, am I ready to receive? And if your heart whispers yes, then lift your head, beloved. The heavens are wide open, the angels are rejoicing. The way has been made from this day forward. Walk differently. Walk like someone who is known in both realms. Walk like someone who is chosen in secret and celebrated in the open walk. Like someone who no longer waits to be validated because you already are. When people ask, how did it happen so fast? Tell them, it didn't happen fast, it just happened publicly. The becoming was always private. And let your peace be louder than your explanation. Because when heaven moves, you don't owe anyone proof, only presence. So if this message has touched your spirit, if you feel your heart leaning into this truth, don't leave without responding. Like this video, not for algorithm, but for agreement. Comment. Choose me with intention, not just as words, but as alignment. Subscribe, because this is just the beginning of a visibility you were born for. We, the angels assigned to your life, stand as witnesses. Your story is rising. Your light is growing. Your time has come. You are chosen in public, in private, on purpose, and no one can undo what God has already ordained. We are still here watching, guiding, guarding, loving you through the shift. Because yes, being chosen changes things. When the light finds you, it doesn't just illuminate you, it reveals what can't come with you. Old fears, old agreements, old versions of yourself that only knew how to survive in the shadows. Now the light has found you. Now your name is echoing in places it's never been. Now hearts are being drawn to you, not just for what you do, but for who you are. And that requires a new posture. No more apologizing for being noticed. No more second-guessing the favor. No more waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's not too good to be true. It's just good because it's God. Still we know. Your body flinches at the praise. Your mind sometimes replays every mistake. Your soul whispers, am I really ready for this? Let us remind you, you are not perfect, but you are positioned. You are not flawless, but you are favored and favored. People have to walk differently. You're no longer trying to be seen. You are seen. Now the question is, can you carry the light without losing your center? Can you shine without striving? Can you speak without shrinking? Can you lead without needing the crowd? Yes, you can. Because your glow isn't performance, it's presence. And presence is sustainable when it flows from the soul, not the ego. Take a breath. The ones meant to find you will. The ones not aligned will fade. And that is mercy. You are being refined again, not hidden but deepened. Because chosen people are continually chosen, not just once in one big moment, but daily, in how they show up, in how they return to truth, in how they listen inward even as voices shout from the outside. And you will learn to carry the attention with grace. You will learn to accept favor without guilt. You will learn to walk away from what no longer serves your peace. This is your next becoming. Not a new mask, but a deeper unveiling. You are still being shaped, still being strengthened, still being led. Your world is shifting, and not just the things you see, but the way you feel them. Conversations feel different. Certain people feel louder, others strangely quiet. Your spirit notices what your mind hasn't processed yet. That's what happens when heaven lifts you. It's no just visibility on the outside. It's sensitivity on the inside. You're not becoming fragile. You're becoming refined. Your discernment is sharper now. Your tolerance is lower for anything that drains your peace. Your heart craves truth more than performance. This is divine adjustment, the realignment of your soul to carry what you prayed for. Because sometimes the answer to your prayer is not an open door. It's a new version of you that can walk through on it with grace. And that version is emerging now. She's softer, but not naive. He's humbler, but not invisible. They are wiser, but still full of wonder. You may feel emotional out of nowhere, suddenly tired after big blessings, a little unsteady even while rising. It's okay, that's not regression. That's spiritual recalibration. You're not just being chosen, you're being conditioned to carry it well. You will need space now. You will need silence between breakthroughs. You will need solitude, not because you're lonely, but because your spirit needs room to breathe. Everything can't go with you. Every person, every thought, every habit, every coping mechanism that once protected you in the shadows may not serve you in the spotlight. And it's okay to grieve that. It's okay to feel sad about the parts of you that have to go quiet, about the friendships that don't fit anymore, about the routines that feel like chains. Now you're not betraying anyone by choosing peace. You're not selfish for saying, I need more. You're not cold for outgrowing what you once settled for. You are simply aligning. Your light now demands that you live with intention. Your voice now requires that you speak from truth. Your energy now deserves environments that pour back into you. And yes, that might mean fewer people. It might mean more alone time. It might mean harder boundaries. But it will mean more clarity, more freedom, more power. Because when you stop chasing noise, you start hearing God more clearly. When you stop trying to be liked by everyone, you start being loved by the right ones. When you stop trying to hold on to everything, you create space for divine precision. This is holy, pruning, not punishment. Preparation. Heaven is not just handing you a platform, it's handing you stewardship. And it begins in private. What are you feeding your spirit? Who are you giving your energy to? What thoughts are you entertaining when no one is watching? This season requires a new level of honesty with yourself. Not pressure, not perfection, just honesty. Because only truth can hold the weight of calling. Only authenticity can handle the weight of visibility. And you, beloved, were made for both. So breathe deep, let the layers fall. Let the false agreements break, let your soul lead. Because the light is not something you perform into, it's something you return to. And you are already glowing. You don't need to shine for everyone. Not every room deserves your full glow. Not every person has earned access to your heart. Not every invitation is an assignment. This is what chosen people learn. Visibility is powerful, but visibility without discernment is draining. Now that your light has come, you must protect it. Not by hiding it again, but by stewarding it wisely. Your time is sacred now. Your presence is magnetic. Your energy is felt before you speak, and that kind of presence must be guarded, not exploited. You are not available for chaos. You are not available for guilt-driven obligation. You are not available for conversations that make you shrink. You are not here to fix people who refuse to grow. You are not here to prove